Good evening, students. Today we are going to discuss about infrasonic, sonic, and ultrasonic sound frequencies. So, what do you mean by sonic frequency? First, let us discuss about sonic. Okay, sonic is nothing but audible frequency. So, what is audible frequency? It is nothing but the audible range for the human ear to which lies between 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz. Next, so the most sensitive region in the range of human beings will range between 2000 hertz to 3000 hertz, where it can even hear feeble sound. Okay, I'll repeat the point. So the audible frequency is between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, but the human ear is very sensitive in the range 2000 hertz to 3000 hertz, where it can even hear very feeble sound. So note down that there is a star here. So end of the session, I will be asking some questions based on this. Okay, this is called a sonic range. Now let us come to infra. So we are going to see three classifications. One is sonic, infrasonic, and ultrasonic. Sonic we have discussed. Now let us come to infrasonic. So what are infrasonic waves? So the sound of frequencies less than 20 hertz is called as infrasonic waves. Okay. So animals can hear sounds of frequencies below 20 hertz as well as above 20 kilohertz. So let us discuss that ultrasonic later. First we will come to infrasonic. So which are the animals? Okay. So elephants and whales can hear sound less than 20 hertz. Fishes can hear sounds between 1 hertz to 25 hertz, where human beings cannot hear. So that is a speciality. So this is called as infrasonic. So what is the meaning of infrasonic waves? They are sound frequencies of frequency which can be less than 20 hertz. Okay. Now let us come to ultrasonic. That is what is most interesting for us. So the ultrasonic frequencies are the frequencies of sound waves which are more than 20,000 hertz. So we are having some more examples here. Dogs which can hear around 50 kilohertz. So you know very well 1 kilohertz is equal to 1000 hertz. Therefore 50 kilohertz will be 50,000. Okay. So dogs can hear up to 50,000 hertz or 50 kilohertz. Okay. Same way bats can hear about 100 kilohertz or 100,000 hertz. Dolphins about 150 kilohertz. See, again I have put a star mark for everywhere here. All the 3 points we are having a star mark. The one for human audible range, elephants, whales, fishes, dogs, bats and dolphins. Separately we will be discussing, or we will ask some have a oral questioning. Okay. So let us go to the next topic. Okay. So what is special about this ultrasound? So the properties of ultrasound we are going to discuss now. Okay. Let us go with point wise. Let us see the first point. So it travels, ultrasound wave travels freely in solids and liquids, but in gases its intensity falls. Okay. So this is the first point. We will see in detail about this. First we will discuss the properties and come to the applications. Okay. Now second point is, in a medium it travels with the same speed as that of the audible sound travels. That means in air the speed of ultrasound is 330 meter per second. So this is a special property. Again I have put a star mark. Even though they are considered to be ultrasound, but in air medium it will have the same speed as that of the audible sound. That is audible sound travels, that is 330 meter per second. Now what is the next property? Ultrasound sound waves are high energy waves. They are very high energy waves or very high frequency waves also. See, you should understand that frequency and energy are directly proportional. When you say the frequency is more, the energy also will be more. Or if energy is more, frequency is also more. Okay. So they are high frequency waves, and the energy carried by the ultrasound is very high. So when I say when the energy carried by the ultrasound is very high, that means the frequency will be more. So what is the speciality? In what way it is going to help us? We are going to see the next point. You will understand better. So the ultrasound can travel along a well-defined straight path Okay, because its frequency is very high, so it can go with a well-defined straight path. It does not bend at the edges. When it is traveling in a straight path, that is a speciality or the special property of ultrasound. It does not bend at the edges. So you know very clearly, if it is bending at the edges, automatically what happens, the energy will have some variation. It may reduce also. Okay, so it does not bend at the edges of the obstacles because of its small wavelength. You should once again let us recall, you know how clearly wavelength and frequency are related. If wavelength is more, frequency is less. If frequency is more, wavelength will be less. So already you know that ultrasound will have high frequency waves. That means its wavelength will be very, very small. Okay, now let us have a discussion about we are going to have a next classification. Apart from, we are having a slight deviation now. We are going to discuss about ultrasonic and supersonic. So there are one more category which is called as supersonic waves, but slightly different from ultrasonic waves. So what is it? Let us have the discrimination. We will have a discussion here and then understand what is the difference between ultrasonic and supersonic waves. Okay. So you know very clearly what is ultrasonic frequency. It is more than 20 kilohertz. But what about the speed in the air medium? It is just 330. It cannot cross the speed. It is only 330 meter per second. So then what is the meaning of supersonic? Let us understand. Waves which are having a speed greater than the speed of sound in air or greater than 330 meter per second are called as supersonic waves. So where these supersonic waves are caused? Example is, it is in Concorde jet planes and fighter planes. Okay. Let us have a detailed discussion about this. So it's not in textbook, so please listen here. So the supersonic waves produced in Concorde jet planes is called as, the supersonic waves are also called as sonic boom. Are you aware of this word term now? Right now we will have a discussion after this. What is the consequence of the sonic boom? We will have a discussion now. Okay. So what are sonic boom? They are nothing but supersonic waves, or they are also called as shock waves. So what consequences it is going to cause? That means the shock waves, but they will be traveling with the speed more than the speed of sound in air. What it is considered to be? It is also considered to be the sonic weapons. Okay, so the sonic weapons can kill people with its sound frequencies with a speed more than 330 meter per second. So sonic weapons are also used to cause huge consequence of destruction. Okay, so what it causes? How a person can die with the sonic weapons? Okay, it causes blood clots in the arteries, in the lungs, heart, and kills a person. Okay, now this is the information about sonic waves. Now we are going to have a discussion. See, in Bangalore on May 20th, you all would have heard about the latest occurrence of sonic boom. Anybody knows about it? Okay, if you are not aware, you should be knowing. You should read the paper. May 20th, there was a incident. Okay, so where people were panicked about the very huge sound heard. Okay, so they came to different conclusions, but actually that is nothing but the sonic boom which was caused by the fighter jet craft. Okay, they are supposed to be sonic waves. So we have understood about now. What did we discuss? We discussed about ultrasonic waves and supersonic waves. So what is the basic difference between ultrasonic waves and supersonic waves? Ultrasonic waves will have the speed of 330 meter per second. That's it. Okay, even though it has high frequency, the speed will be only 330 meter per second. But supersonic waves will be traveling with the speed more than 330 meter per second in air medium. Okay, so we are going to the next last concept, which is very interesting. Now we have understood about the properties of ultrasonic waves. Finally, we are coming to the last concept, that is applications. So what are the applications? One by one we will have a discussion. You have heard about bats, just now we discussed. Okay, so how do bats locate the obstacles and prey in their way? So you know bats cannot see, it does not have vision, is it not? But still it is able to move around and it is very sharp. Okay, so you know how it is done. Okay, so these bats will produce ultrasound which returns back after striking the obstacle. By hearing the reflected sound, they judge the direction and the distance of the obstacle. It is very surprising, is it not? So it does not see, but it keeps moving. So what happened? Once it is moving, while it is moving, it produces what? Ultrasound. And if there is an obstacle or any enemy in front of it, it falls on that obstacle and comes back to it. With that, it will find out the distance and the direction of the obstacle. Okay, so this is how the bats locate the obstacles and prey. Okay, now again, ultrasonic waves are used in drilling holes or making cuts of desired shape in materials in the glass. Then it is used for cleaning minute objects that is parts of watches and electronic components. So how do they do that? So the objects are kept or placed in cleaning solution. Okay, after keeping in the cleaning solution, the ultrasonic waves are passed through that cleaning solution, which will cause the vibration, and it will be cleaned in an efficient manner. Okay, now let us come to the next one. For detection in metals, see, suppose ultrasound is passed through the object. If there is a defect, a part of ultrasound gets reflected back. Imagine if there is no defect in the metallic part, what happens? It just passes through that. But if there is a defect, a small crack, even a minute crack, what happens? The ultrasound gets reflected back. From that, they will identify the defect in the metals, in the metal industry. Okay. Now let us come to in what way it is used in medical field. Okay. Have you heard about ultrasonography? Okay. What is ultrasonography? It is used to obtain the image of patients' organs like liver, uterus, etc., which are filled with fluids. That's what I told. Ultrasonic waves are very much efficient when it is passing through solids and liquids, but not as efficient in air medium. First itself we discuss in the property. Okay. So you know liver and uterus. Now let us come to echocardiography. So what is echocardiography? Echocardiography is a science where the ultrasonic waves are used to obtain the image of the heart. Okay, so these two applications are based on medical field where the ultrasonic waves are used. Now I have a question for you children. Okay, so which is preferred? Why the pregnant ladies are taking for scanning, when they are taking for scanning, they use only ultrasonic waves? Why not other X-ray or some other type of waves? So which do you prefer, ultrasonic waves or X-rays? So we prefer ultrasound. Why? Because ultrasonic waves are nothing but sound waves. Just now you know that the speed of ultrasonic waves is only 330 meter per second. So it does not cause any harm to the human body. But whereas when the human body is exposed to X-ray, X-rays are entirely different, because they are electromagnetic waves which will cause some kind of harm to the body. Okay. Therefore, the pregnant ladies are subjected to ultrasonic waves rather than the X-rays. Okay. So we will have few more applications here. And even ultrasonic waves are used to remove cataract and in kidneys to break the small stones into fine grains. For that also ultrasonic waves are used. So we are finding that how ultrasonic waves are used in different fields, in industries, in medical field, and finally we are going to the last one, which is very interesting, which is called as sonar. So what is sonar stands for? It is a device where sonar is mainly based on ultrasonic waves. So what is sonar? Sonar is nothing but sound, navigation and ranging. Where it is used? Mainly it is used in a ship. So I have drawn a very simple diagram for you to understand. Okay. So the ship is used where I have written R and T, where R is the, T is a transmitter and R is a receiver. Okay. So what is the job of a transmitter? So the transmitter is used to transmit ultrasonic waves. And at the end, at the bottom of the ocean or somewhere under the water, if there is an obstacle, what happens? It immediately reflects back and reaches the receiver, which can be seen in the monitor. Okay. So this is how it is, the sonar is working, which is used to detect and find the distance of object under the water. It is used to find the depth of the ocean also. If there is no obstacle, what happens? Till the end bed of the ocean, the ultrasonic waves falls on it and then comes back to the receiver. Okay, that's why I put an arrow mark. From the transmitter the transmitter will transmit only ultrasound waves, which goes very fast with the speed of 1500 meter per second. Then it reaches the receiver. Okay, so this is how ultrasonic waves are used in sonar. Okay, now we will have a last point here. So did you observe that all applications of ultrasonic waves are efficient when they are passed through liquids or made to fall on solids? So you have understood the property and the applications of ultrasonic waves. So now shall we have a discussion about the stars which you are having? Wherever I have put stars, we will have a fast discussion. So I put a question first, then I will tell the answer. Okay, which is the most sensitive range for human audible frequency? Which is a sensitive range 2000 hertz to 3000 hertz. So what is the audible frequency for elephants and whales? So less than 20 hertz, which is infrasonic. What about the audible range for fishes? Fishes can even hear from 1 hertz to 25 hertz. Which are all animals which can identify or which can hear ultrasonic sound? Dogs, bats and dolphins. Dogs 50 kilohertz, bats 100 kilohertz, dolphins 150 kilohertz. Okay. So we are coming to a conclusion, children, today. So we have discussed so many points here. So let us come to the assignment. So we are having assignment from questions 1 to 12 questions. 1 to 12, you are having the Xerox sheet. See there, questions 1 to 12, page 185. So you have to read all these questions. Page 185, I told you I'm going to give an assessment which will be totally out of the textbook. Next part, maybe once the topic chapter is over, I'm going to give an assessment. Completely, I will take questions from different reference areas and give it to you. You have to solve it and keep it ready. Once the school reopens, I'm going to check all the home assignments. Okay. Thank you, children. Okay. Bye.